Tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The numbers for him from a week ago: 20 carries, 95 yards, and a score.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter, they were going to run gap scheme.
And now off to the races down the right side. The 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens on just 2 plays have taken the lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt, because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Mahomes now to throw. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And Kansas City drafted Mecole Hardman, hoping he could be something of a Tyreek Hill clone. They're still trying to find his exact niche. He did have 41 catches last year, and he makes a nice one there.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown.
That's a good start to the season. They got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
Mahomes on target here to Hardman. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
When they put the ball in J.K. Dobbins' chest and he carries it, he runs with a lot of determination and aggressiveness. Just one start last year as a rookie, but still managed 805 yards and 9 touchdowns. I think he's ready for a big year 2 leap. Now the lead runner for the Baltimore Ravens.
Right back to Dobbins on first. It's a first down and more for Dobbins. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. 102 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And the Chiefs' D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. This defense for the Chiefs, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 18. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Sammy Watkins, of course, played for these Chiefs the last 3 years. Part of the championship team, Super Bowl 54 against the 49ers. Had some problems staying on the field, but when he did, he was productive. And the Ravens know that a healthy Sammy Watkins for them, that can be a big headache for opposing defenses. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And running with power here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
He's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the coach doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Now returning it, Antonio Callaway. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
first down. Mahomes escaping the pressure right. Catch is made by Hardman. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chiefs have tied it, and they can take the lead with the extra point. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
Offense set at the line for this next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive court. Dobbins hit and he fumbles. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And that one quickly went from a big play for the offense, I thought he may go the distance, to a big play for the defense.
And how about the emotions for the defense on that play? It broke big. It was going to be an absolute disaster for them. And it turns out they end up with the football. I don't know that they're exactly celebrating. Definitely plenty of relief, though.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. A gain of 3, second down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. On the slant, he's got Hardman. Touchdown! Mecole Hardman doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, partner, time to start thinking about dinner plans after this one. I don't want to write them off first quarter, but my goodness, the offense clicking like this in a 4-score lead.
We are programmed to not get to that stage, right? To not think that way, but you can't help it. They look like sheer perfection right now with those 4 scores this early. Let's see if they can keep it up, and let's see if there's any way possible they can be slowed down.
Yeah, right now, I don't see any signs of them being slowed down. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. but a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 3rd down, Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Edwards. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Here's Edwards again on 2nd down. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Now Jackson on 1st down. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
4 receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 3. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Armani Watts. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his 2nd one.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play. But he could not pull it in. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. Typically with catches like that, we talk about the height of the wide receiver, but he's one of the shorter receivers in the NFL.
And it doesn't seem to matter, does it? Put the tape measure away. How about some of these guys under 6 feet tall? Antonio Brown.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson throwing the out route incomplete. It's Andrews. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So we've reached half. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Callaway, the return man. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They played the Browns last week, got the victory in that game, and so far so good as they've got the lead here. Mahomes now on first down. Flush to his right. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes, carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Dorian O'Daniel, third-round pick in 2018, made the tackle. From the 30 on second down, Jackson. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
And Sammy Watkins is in his 8th NFL season. Spent the last 3 in Kansas City and won a Super Bowl there. Really excited about the opportunity to bond with quarterback Lamar Jackson. Makes a nice catch there.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Chris Jones, the all-pro defensive tackle, there to make the play defensively. 8 yards to go on second down. Now it's Jackson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Armani Watts. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
I tell you, you don't have press conferences when you sign guys like this. But he's been a real difference maker so far. That's now 2 interceptions for him in the game. And when you're getting contributions up and down your 53-man roster, you're going to be all right.
Deshaun Elliott up to make the play defensively. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
There he goes inside the 30. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 44 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. So, Charles, they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. Now, last week, they had the close victory. This one more commanding, much more comfortable.
Well, the sense we got from them was that last week they felt like they didn't play their best. They got the win, but they weren't really on top of their game. But they put it all together here in this one, haven't they? What an impressive performance.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
176 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action with Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Play action. Now Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Fighting him off. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. Charvarius Ward there to make the stop.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Flushed out right. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game.
Touchdown! Mecole Hardman, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are on their way to a 2-0 start. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. To throw again on second down. Jackson, he'll swing this out to Dobbins. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up third down. To throw is Jackson. They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They're going to get a brief pause in the action for an injured player, and I believe, yes, that is J.K. Dobbins, the running back. He's down after that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
This game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Again, Jackson. They set up the screen to Hill. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Good call there on first down. And Brandon, I'm getting better over the years of not screaming out screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and now it's third down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. They're going deep for Hill. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. They're going deep for Hill. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And all the way down to the 26. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Mahomes firing complete and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions. Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying... no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out. Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home. Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line. Mahomes will throw for it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind. Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you... I mean, yeah, That's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected?
More often than maybe people realize, so adjustments are often a big part of each and every game, and it's not just getting to halftime. It's series to series to make it work, and being able to hang in there when there's a little adversity early and see them able to flip it around, it's kind of gratifying for a team to watch, especially for a coach.
Connects with Duvernay, and he'll have a first down, but a great tackle there keeps him from getting to the boundary. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. From the gun, Jackson. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place again.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Armani Watts. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.